Good morning. It's October 14th, and that means two things. Everyone is pursuing perverse incentives these days. And do you know why? It's because no one gets participation trophies anymore. It's also time for the lighting industry news brief brought to you by Keystone Technologies and their extensive range of many excellent, well warranted, well supported lighting products. Visit KeystoneTech.com. That link is in the description, if you please. Into the news, Illumis has bought Barnlight Electric. Barnlight makes vintage-style fixtures, and there's no details on that buyout. Global Lighting Tech has liquidated their Zhongshan factory in favor of working in Vietnam. Elcombe Stappers are back in business, now running Atlas Lighting and Home. They're already shipping projects and products. On the tariff tracker, we have Chinese and U.S. tensions getting more tense over the weekend as negotiations did not really go anyone's way. U.S.-Canada tensions are about the same as they were last week, even as talks remain inconclusive. We have a new tariff of 30% on bathroom vanities going ahead for the U.S., and UPS has given up on processing customs for packages. They had a huge backlog of things that should be tariffed and should be going through customs, and they've decided the most effective, efficient means of dealing with that backlog is to destroy the boxes. Check your tracking numbers. The United States Department of Transportation is changing a trucking rule, specifically reducing the number of commercial licenses available for non-residents. We also have new highway projects in Alaska, specifically so that truckers can bring down copper and zinc from mines that will be open over the next few years. Ameresco has secured a new deal with the United States Naval Research Labs. This is $197 million in energy and efficiency programs. Signify's share update for the week shows that 206,304 shares are back with the board for a grand total of 4.6 million euros. Batteries Plus has shops in all 50 states now. 2 stores in Delaware were the last ones to close out that particular achievement. The National Energy Improvement Fund has bought an ownership stake in Rebate Bridge from the PE firm that held it previously. Wondery Lights, a group that installs decorative lighting, has 3 new shops in Orlando, Birmingham, and Dallas-Fort Worth. Sonepar is consolidating 5 brands down to 2. Aztec, Dixon, and MGM will be working as Dixon, a Sonepar company, and Electrozad and Cesco will now be working as Electrozad, a Sonepar company. DLL has partnered with Signify for financing. Lighting New York has partnered with a new charity called Homes for Our Troops, with a portion of sales going to the Veterans Support Charity. Legrand will be buying Avtron. Avtron makes power equipment. Sonepar has hit a new milestone. Their digital job center, a web portal that helps you manage your jobs, just achieved $2 billion in sales. On the rep agency side of things, Light Efficient Design has expanded their deal with CM Buck to 2 new brands. Current has picked Schaefer for the HLI portfolio in Eastern Missouri and Southern Illinois. RMC has picked Corsential for Florida and the Caribbean. And we have a recap of 129 partnerships in the last quarter. On the event side of things, the IES conference made money that last year. That was the first time they've done that ever. Bravo. Olympia Lighting will be going to the Athletic Business Show. That's November 5th through 8th in San Diego, California. And NIMRA and the IES have announced a new development curriculum. All 4 levels have been announced and their CEU values have been outlined. On the legal side of things, we have SCI versus Cole. There is a $588,000 dispute over unpaid commissions there. And KE Electric Supply and Touche have settled their debts as part of Chapter 7 bankruptcy proceedings. KE will be paying $12,000 to cover about $25,000 owed. In IoT news, Itron has bought Urbint. That is a $325 million deal for an AI company ABB has sold its robotics business to SoftBank. That's a $5.4 billion deal. Satellite is the first 5G connection for IoT from space. This is a low orbit object that aims to help connect the smart agriculture market. Wipro has opened an IoT experience center that's in Bengaluru, India. Schneider Electric has opened their first LEED Platinum space that's in Dubai. And in Alaska, we have the Internet of Fish. This is a new connected net, a network net that helps pollock fishers not catch salmon or tuna, just the pollock they need. Lutron has partnered with Coastal Source. We have new outdoor smart lights and sound systems coming. Logitech Pop Buttons, a device that helps you run your smart home with a single button. They're going to stop popping and stop buttoning. As of the 15th, they're all offline. If you own one, you probably got emailed a coupon code for a different Logitech product, and I'm sure you really want one right now. Chelsea Lighting has entered the connected shades business with the new division coming online quite soon. In R&D news, we have a Korean team creating softer hardware. This is a new examination of flexible metals and materials for electronics that you can bend. Related, we have very, very thin quantum dot LED sheets. This is a Chinese research team blending quantum dots and conductive materials to create something that mimics sunlight, and it's about the thickness of wallpaper. There we go. According to Rivian and Ford, LiDAR remains the future of the self-driving car. Tesla insists that they can succeed with only cameras, even as they confront a federal crash probe. Zhengzhou University has developed a better deep UV LED using a new aluminum compound. Corrective eye surgery may soon come without lasers. We have a new technique that uses very small electrochemical pulses to change the shape of your eye tissue. That still sounds scary. I'll just wear glasses, thank you. We have a Korean team building a better solar panel. This uses a benzene phosphonic acid-based cell and photoreceptor, and it runs at a 28.6 conversion rate inside. Indoor lighting converts at 30%. Never mind daylight. On the dark side of things, we have a study calling for more interest in the non-cognitive symptoms of Alzheimer's, including circadian disruption. We have a new document for the assessment of marine protected areas in terms of lighting. In Ireland, Castlebar is drawing some complaints from darkness advocates because they're not regulating their industrial zones as well as their neighbors. In Ontario, the town of Quinte is debating perhaps pursuing a RASC dark sky preserve status. Kingsborough, North Carolina is debating light and noise regs for data centers. Hill County, Texas has celebrated Night Sky Month. We have Bat Week going on in Wisconsin. Bird groups in Wisconsin and Washington are calling for lights out for migration. Salida, Arkansas is hosting dark sky education this week. And light pollution is leading to ladybugs inside your house. So figure that out. Horticulturally, we have a new circadian study for cotton crops and improving how they grow indoors and with the benefit of lighting. In recommended reading, you can read all these on nailed.org and more. We have 5 new things to know about California lighting codes. We have how to curb cannabis consumption in terms of water and energy, not necessarily your personal use. That's your business. Are smart buildings worth it? This guy says probably. But why don't livestock farmers switch to LED? We have vertical light for depth and comfort, a designer's perspective. We have a guide to daylighting for hospitals, a brief history of Yesco, specifically their work in Vegas. We have designing for uptime, data center critical lighting factors. We have 6 solutions for the circular economy. The extra hour of sleep we're all about to get from daylight savings time is a lie. It's a lie. Crossroads in specification and manufacturing, and we have a video, LED vehicle signal lights. They're still bad. In local news, California has made landlords responsible for interior lighting, even in units. We have legislators in California calling for yet another law to crack down on copper theft in California. Copper thefts are slowing Mississippi highway repairs. We have cuts to FEMA, leaving Allegheny County, New York, on the hook for park repairs. Tulsa, Oklahoma has $1.5 million to spend, and they're asking locals for input on that. We have a new streetlight team going ahead to repair lights in Boyle Heights, Los Angeles. We have renovations beginning at the Corpus Christi Cathedral of California. We have French Lick, Indiana, offering $350,000 in home repair grants. We have new grants going ahead for NGOs in Traverse City, Michigan. We have $4.8 million in road projects going ahead in East Haven, Connecticut. We have new grants in Laredo, Texas. We have new streetlights going up in Scotlandville. That's in New Orleans, Louisiana. Bearden, Arkansas is getting new state funds for sidewalks and trails. We have that being part of a larger program to fund active transit in the state. Charlotte, North Carolina is testing solar lighting at their bus stops. We have solar lamp posts going up in Smithville, Tennessee. We have new park lighting going ahead in San Jose, California. Powhatan, Virginia schools are raising $2.7 million, or trying to fund renovations and retrofits. We have new lighting at softball fields in Alva, Oklahoma. We have new rink lighting in Didsbury, Alberta. We have new sports lighting in Summit, New Jersey. We have new lighting in Akron, Ohio parks. We have new lamps going into Rhode Island lighthouses. And if you've got a spare $500,000 kicking around, you can buy a 200-year-old lighthouse in Chesapeake Bay, Virginia, if that's a thing you want to do. Internationally, Delhi, India will be adding advertisements, to their street lighting poles, and Cubans continue to protest ongoing blackouts throughout urban regions of the island. On the people side of things, Matu Ruhi has been named project coordinator at Reno Lighting. Wesco's Dan Furrow has new responsibilities as part of his job title. Peter McCumber is now a regional sales manager at Lightline. Khaled Awala is now an EVP and HRO at Eaton. We have new appointments at Sternberg, and we have Sami Atiya leaving ABB. And things you can make, or things I thought were weird, you can make a simpler shadow graph. You can turn a novelty singing fish, you know, those ones we all hated 20 years ago, you can turn that into a home assistant. You can take your car puddle lights. I don't know if you're familiar with these. They come on like your side view mirrors to help you see what's around the bottom of your car. You can install those on your fridge. If you want, you can buy these lampshades that are made out of bacterial cellulose. You can also create your own emergency lighting bucket. That's not a device. I thought it was a device when I started watching the video, but it is just a bucket full of emergency lighting products. So, you know, if the big one comes. We also have an air quality monitor that plays the game of life. And we have a hot mic alert from Katie Porter, former senator, current California governor hopeful, and ongoing whiteboard enthusiast, as she gets into a very, very serious fight with her staff over her Zoom lighting setup. In the debunking zone, we have a review of a screw-in ceiling fan that the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, wants you to be afraid of. You decide for yourself. Otherwise, I've been Scott Walker. I want to thank you for your time, your attention. I want you to enjoy your week and enjoy the music. See ya.
They said the stars were dying that night, but to us, they were just falling home. Under skies that never sleep, silence so deep. Your hand in mine, the world grew still while heaven wrote our will. 1,000 lights began to fall, like memories we'd yet recall. You whispered, love, the stars don't burn, they fall to help us learn. And in the falling stars we found a love that danced without a sound. Above the noise, beyond the scars, we made a wish upon the stars. And though the night will pull us far, you'll find me in the falling stars, the falling stars, the falling stars, the falling stars. Each streak across the velvet dome was a story written in chrome, of lovers lost and found again in stardust, time and rain. You spoke of lives we never knew, of lives we'd live if dreams were true. The sky replied with gentle flames that softly sang our names. We are the echoes they still seek, in constellations lost and meek. Even if the world forgets, the stars will pay our debt. I see you still, in every falling spark, a love too vast for just one sky. And in the falling stars we shine, a tether stretching space and time. Even if we drift afar, our hearts remain where falling stars still carry dreams that once were ours. Forever in the falling stars, the falling stars, the falling stars, the falling stars. Falling stars.
Some stars don't fade, they just return home.